Hey y'all, welcome back to another vlog. If you're new, I'm Chanina. Hey girl, hey. We just got home from work, girl. So I'm sitting here for a little bit because my mind is in limbo. And it's hot. Listen, here's why my mind is in limbo right now. Because I know that I'm not crazy, right? I have a little crazy in me, but intellectually, I'm not crazy. I think I'm by the end of the year, I think I'm going to try to save up some money to put some hidden cameras in this apartment because I need answers. Y'all, today I come home and I walk through the door to my husband plugging in a fan in the living room, and it feels like a hot box, like it's already 90 something degrees outside and it's raining and it's humid. It feels the exact same way in here, right? Okay. I said, hey man, it's hot in here. And I said, you know what? Let me go look at this thermostat and make sure this air conditioner is working. Because remember, a few summers ago, it seemed like every summer my air conditioner would stop working, right? Okay, so I go over to the thermostat, girl, and the thermostat says, first of all, somebody put the thermostat on 85 and it was reading that it was 89 degrees in here. Now, this is the second time in a 2-week time span, because this happened last week too, that I've come home and that thermostat has been altered. I need answers. I need to know who is doing it, because the first time it happened, I asked my husband, I said, dang, it is so hot. Why is it so hot? I go to the thermostat, it read the same thing. It said it was like almost 90 degrees in here. I said, hey, you been messing with the thermostat? I said, were you cold? Because where the couch is located, there's a vent right over it. So I thought he might have been cold and went to fiddling with the numbers and put it up too high, right? He said, no, I didn't touch it. He says, I know how you are, and y'all saw that you got a note up there saying do not touch. And I know that you pay the bill and stuff, and so I don't touch nothing. So I said, okay, cool, and I left it alone, right? Here we are again today. I asked him, I said, hey, it's hot in here. I said, you been messing with the air? He says, no. He says, that's why I was about to plug up the fan, because it's getting hot. I'm starting to feel how hot it's about to get. And I'm thinking to myself, it's after 6 o'clock. You telling me, I've been gone since like 7 something this morning, y'all. I said, you telling me that you've been sitting in this apartment all day and you're just now getting hot? Mind you, he has on long sleeve shirt, pants, and a t-shirt up under that long sleeve shirt. It's almost 100 degrees outside. Why are we wearing a long sleeve shirt? But it's okay. I digress. Okay, and so I said, dang, you just now feeling the heat? So he says, yeah. And I said, man, it's okay. You could tell me if you mess with the thermostat or not. And he's like, well, no, I didn't touch it, because remember I told you last time when you came and asked me, I said, I don't touch it because I know that you're trying to keep the bill at a certain amount. So I just leave it alone. If I get cold, I'll go get a blanket, whatever, right? I'm like, okay. So here's where my mind starts to going, okay? Because Olivia is not here. Olivia is over my parents' house. She's been there all summer. She's been home a couple times, but she doesn't even touch the thermostat at all. She knows not to, okay? Girl, the only other person that I know messes with the thermostat isn't even here. And I can't even blame him because he's not here. My stepson, when he was living here, he used to do that all the time because his room would get cold. His bed was right up under the vent. He would get cold, and instead of just going to get another blanket, he would go and turn the air up to where it wouldn't come on anymore, right? He is the reason why I had to put a post-it note on there and say, do not touch my air. Do not touch my thermostat, okay? So you telling me, unless this man done came up in here, now he was here the other day, but he was in and out. He came here looking for Olivia, then he left when he realized she wasn't here. When I told him she wasn't here, then he left right back out the door. So I'm thinking to myself, so you telling me you haven't touched the thermostat? My son, he hasn't been here long enough to even mess with the thermostat, unless he comes here in the middle of the day and you're asleep and you don't know he's here and he's touching it then, and instead of putting it back to where it was, he just leaves. That's the only other explanation I can come up with. Girl, other than that, I need to start praying or something, because what is going on? Like, I literally, after the hun told me what he said, I walked down the hallway as loud as I could. I rebuke thee in the name of Jesus. Get up out of my house, spirit. We do not want you here. Because, baby, I mean, is the thermostat malfunctioning? Like, is it just turning itself up? Like, y'all. I digress. Out of bed. Baby, when I say this food was ridiculously amazing, yes, not just because I cooked it, but it was just really, really good, girl. Easy on the pockets and on the time. It took under 30 minutes, and it probably, I would say, based off of how I shop, I would say this meal was under $10. Because y'all remember, I bought the Andouille sausage, which I recommend. That sausage is so good. Andouille sausage was buy one get one free, so essentially I bought four, so essentially they were $3.50. So you got your pack of sausage, and then the yellow rice. I've started buying the jugs because they take me a lot further than just the bags. So what, a jug is like what, $6.99, $7.99, depending on where you buy it from. I used 2 cups out of it to create this. So I would say, I don't know, not even $1. I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, realistically speaking, because $7 for the whole jug, but I have like a half a jug left. I've made so many meals out of it so far. So I would say less than $1, right? The bell peppers, y'all, honestly, I got these bell peppers on clearance like a week ago, and they were going bad, and I needed to use them. I had to throw away 4 of them though. I bought 2 bags. They were $1.50 a bag of red bell peppers, and a bag of orange bell peppers. And 2 of the orange were bad, 2 of the red were bad. But yes, get you some red bell peppers, orange bell peppers. I've had this before with green bell peppers and onions, but I'm telling you, the orange and the red with the mixed with the sweet onion. Don't get a yellow onion or a white onion. Get you a sweet onion, like a Vidalia sweet onion. It's gonna change the whole dish. It's gonna change the whole dish because it's gonna be, you're gonna have your perfect balance of sweet and savory. Perfect balance of sweet and savory. You get your sweetness from the peppers and the onions, and you get your savory from everything else. And then I lightly season this. I didn't season the rice at all. I didn't season the sausage at all. I just seasoned the peppers and the onions, and I didn't even put a whole lot, girl. And that little bit shines in the dish, right? All I used was black pepper, a little bit of table salt, right? Not a whole lot, a little bit of table salt, the complete seasoning, and some smoked paprika and a little bit of garlic powder, and that was it. Yep. This food is good. I'm looking at this little bit that's left on my plate. I'm gonna eat it though, because we're not gonna waste no food around here. Even though I'm full, I'm trying to not overeat. Like, I'm trying to actually stop eating once I get full instead of continuing to eat, with the exception of this case. Okay, y'all, we're gonna start over tomorrow. But what I have been practicing is just not eating, even not eating past what my stomach allows, because you know, sometimes our eyes are bigger than our stomach, and so sometimes something can be so good and you'll be full and you'll just continue to eat. And I used to do that. I was doing that when I was working from home, and I was gaining weight doing that, bro, because I was already at home not doing nothing but working, and then it wasn't nothing to go to the kitchen, grab a snack, grab a soda or whatever, come back to my desk, you know, especially if I'm sitting on the phones for hours and hours. Like, oh my gosh, I wasn't exercising. I was just eating, working, sitting, you know. And it wasn't until I started doing deliveries is where I started losing some of the weight, because I was out and about, moving around and all the things. And what's the point I'm trying to make? I don't know.